lifers? What up, lifers? What up, lifers? It's Dave Life. It's Dave Life. You're watching After Dark episode number 329. This is After Dark episode number 329. How do you handle a partner who's whole when you're still a work in progress? How do you handle a partner who's whole when you're still a work in progress? Look, I appreciate y'all. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're with us tonight. So let's start this off like we always do, y'all, the right way. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, have your way, Father. I pray that you would speak to your people. I pray that you would enlighten us, entertain us, and inform us, Lord. I pray less of me and more of you. I step out of the way, Lord. I ask that you would forgive us of our sins that we've committed by both commission and omission, charge it to our heads and not our hearts. And we give you all praise, glory, and honor, Lord. Let us have a great conversation. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen, amen, and amen. Yeah. What up, y'all? Again, it's your boy Dave Life. It's your boy Dave Life. And again, the discussion tonight is how do you handle a partner who's whole when you're still healing? How do you handle a partner who's whole when you're still healing? Thank you for joining, you guys. If you want to support Dave Life TV and Dave After Dark, you can hit us on the Cash App pin below. Hit us on the Cash App pin below. You can also hit us on Venmo at Dave Life, man. We're streaming live right now on the Gram, on the Book, on the Tube, on Twitter, and on TikTok. Shout out to TikTok. I see y'all in the building. What's going on, TikTok? I appreciate y'all for joining, man. Right now, we've got the podcast right here minimized in my right-hand corner, right here on the top. What I want y'all to do, if you're on TikTok, make sure you grab your daily heartbeat. Make sure you power share. Make sure that you double tap the screen and get us to 10,000 taps. I got a goal of 50,000 taps tonight. And let's have a great conversation. If you want to support us, you can help us with our goals above and give bucks. All right. Now that we got the business out the way, let's bring up some people that's going to help me do the show. I've got a few people in the building. I got my brother from another mother in the building. He's a great conversationalist. He likes to make us think about things, and he challenges us here on the show. Come on to the stage, my homeboy, Carl Shaft. Come on, where you at, Carl? What's up, Carl?
Salute. What's up,
brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm happy, I'm content, and I'm blessed.
That's what's up, man. Welcome to the stage. Uh-oh. I'm hearing... Is it me or you? You got a TV going? I hear something in the background.
Yeah.
It might be me.
Everything is still off.
Oh, I think it's me.
Fan is off. Air humidifier.
All right, I'm turning down all of my music in the background. Everything that I think might... All right, bet. Okay, I see what it is. We probably got a computer going. I hear it. It's a computer fan. It's all good. No worries. Hey, let me bring my sister from another mister. I see her in the building. She's going to discuss some things with us. She's a woman, but we call her that girl. Come on to the stage, Sophie. What's up, Sophie? Uh-oh, Soph, we gotta unmute. We can't hear you, Soph.
Hi.
There she go. What's up, Sophie?
Hey there. I'm good. Hey.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing beautiful. Hey, Carl.
Carl, that computer fan, I'm gonna have to mute you because I hear it. It's kind of loud right now. We should have left it where it was, Carl. It was perfect. now it's loud. What's up, Sophie?
My camera, my light just fell. 1 second.
Okay. All right, no problem. Let me see if I can still get Carl. Okay. So we got some more people that's gonna come on in the building. I muted Carl. All right, let's see. All right, Sophie, you look good. Carl, raise yourself up a little bit. And let me center my camera because I'm over here off the edge. There it is. All right, you guys, welcome in. Boom. Now what I need to do, I need to forward this to a few people.
Am I better?
Yeah, let me turn the music down.
I want to make sure I'm lined up with Sophia's head. I don't want to be too high.
You lined up.
Our heads are aligned.
You lying to. How's everybody's week? What's been up? Sophie, welcome back. Welcome back. I know you was here last week. Welcome back,
I
Sophie.
like
Good to
that.
see you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, I like your
It's
hair and
wash
everything.
day.
So,
I like that hairstyle.
Thank you. I was gonna cut it today. I was gonna do a big chop, and I called my Fab Five, and they were like, "No, just calm down. Don't do anything with it. Like, just don't."
don't do
So
that.
here we are.
Don't do the big chop, man.
You not drastic.
Oh, that's a topic.
Ooh.
That is a topic.
Oh,
That's
man.
definitely a topic. That's
I was
definitely
like,
a topic.
so I can't cut it off and dye it red. They were like, "No, whatever it is, just chill."
Oh wow. I gotta forward this to a few people. So Sophie, tell me how your week was since the last time we spoke.
Boy.
My week was pretty good. I've been trying to make sure I make use of my gym membership. I usually go like 3 times a week, but I'm like, I really want to try and go more often, spend more deliberate time working on things I want to work on as we wrap up the year. So just a part of my little self-care. Just been working and going to the gym.
Okay. Carl, how was your week since we last saw each other? What's been up?
Very, very a lot of learning curves. A lot of learning curve. And one of the things that I'm noticing too is I'm really starting to understand or learning how to understand people from a different perspective other than, just logical or my own or whatever. So it's cool.
Oh, that's what's up. That's growth. For me, you guys, I just
evolving.
Okay. Welcome in everybody that's coming in on TikTok. Welcome in. I see you. Right now, man, my week has been working, trying to do more on in social media, and the last 4 episodes of After Dark have been amazing. We went 5 hours one night, we went 4 hours another night. So After Dark has been really, really popping. So I appreciate the topics, man. Tonight, y'all. Tonight, the topic is, let me bring it up. I got to move stuff out the way. There it is. The topic is, how do you know? Let me hide this. There it is. How do you handle a partner who's whole when you're still a work in progress? How do you handle a partner who's whole when you're still a work in progress? There's times, you guys, in relationships when it seems like the two people are in different stages of development. Sometimes there could be an age gap in a relationship. Sometimes there could be a different level of maturity. Hey, Carl, can you mute and then just unmute when it's time to talk? Because the fan is just, I hear. Perfect. Okay, cool. Sometimes you guys, sometimes there's like relationships where you have like an age gap. Sometimes there's a maturity level. And I've even said in my own discussions, I've said it seems like men are always, at least when we're young, I'll say, let's say you have a young lady that's 18 and a young man that's 18, same age, numerically. But I feel like when we're younger, women are more mature. So an 18-year-old might be operating at a level of 21, 22, 23, 24. And an 18-year-old young man might be operating mentally at a level of 15, 14. It just depends on how they were raised. But I typically feel that women are more mature than men, especially early in life. Will anybody agree with that or disagree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you think so, Sophie?
I agree.
Okay. Oh, here come my team. They're trying to battle me, y'all. I don't have time to battle. I'm doing the show. So I'm gonna decline.
What's the battle?
A battle in TikTok is when you have one person on one side of the screen, other person on the other side of the screen, and your teams are double tapping and sending gifts to get your point total to rise. So you're battling for point totals.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, the point totals are equivalent to coins. As money. So they throwing, they throwing moolah, they throwing money. So I could
like an auction.
It depends on how it's done. right? It depends on how it's done. It could be like a friendly game of verses or something like that, but you don't have to. You don't have to like do anything. You just get your teams to tap up the screens, so it's actually kind of dope. So I got people coming in. Welcome in. I see y'all. Welcome in, Brother Robert Frazier and others that are coming in. I appreciate y'all. Let's double tap, do all the things. All right. So Sophie, I feel like women are more mature than men at a young age, and I feel like men, Carl, we don't mature until we have responsibility. Sometimes it's a chronological thing in life, but sometimes it's just when you start having responsibilities as a man, you're forced to mature. Would you say that it's a man's maturity is based on responsibilities, or based chronologically on age, or based on experiences? That's a question for you, Carl.
I would
Yeah.
definitely say by experience and responsibility, because how do you know until you know? You know, when you're put in a position of either survival, maintenance, oh, you're going to figure out quick, because men are not supposed to fail under any circumstance. So,
Mm.
got to get that training in early, leadership skills, cognizance, contingencies. You got to get all that straight, bro, before you can say, "Hi, can I take you out on a date, bro?"
Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have a clip I want to play, and this clip is from this one brother was on Kirk Franklin's podcast. Gotta rewind it. This one brother was on Kirk Franklin's podcast. The name of this actual show was Love Languages, the 7 Love Languages of Black Men. The 7 Love Languages of Black Men. And he made a profound statement. I'm gonna play it. I think I have it up. There it is. Let me add it to the stage. It's a trip. You got to remove other stuff before you can add the new stuff. There it is. All right. Listen to this, y'all.
And what I'm discovering, man, and this is not to take the conversation left, but take it left, brother. We're dealing with a generation of women who are not ready for the men who they told to go heal. Right? You told me to go heal. You told me to go get therapy. And now I'm back and you're not ready to be accountable. That's a problem. You told me to heal. You said, Negro, you need therapy. You need to go get a mentor. You need to be around some brothers. I did all of that. And now you're not able to hold yourself accountable. Now we have a problem, because now I've got to drag you when you once dragged me.
All right, I'm gonna pause it right there. I think that's the majority of the clip, and I'm gonna go back to the title. So the title is "How do you handle when a partner who's whole? How do you handle a partner who's whole when you are still a work in progress?" So that's the discussion. The clip says it kind of focused on the men. How does a woman handle a man when she says you need to go fix yourself and go get help or go get therapy, and then you go get therapy and now you're back, but she's in the same place and she herself isn't ready for you, and it could be vice versa. But
Can I ask
how,
Sophia a question? So,
go
I
ahead.
mean, really, Sophia, when you was listening to that guy, did it sound like he was whining and complaining?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You okay. Because I heard that thing before, and I'm like, dude, if you went and got healed, then go find somebody else that's healed. Why would you go back to somebody you know is not healed yet?
Mhm. That's the accountability I was
that.
thinking too. And I felt like because he said it slow and thoughtful and mindful, and he had a little intro like, I don't want to take this left, but blah, 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 blah. I felt it's because you say it slow and you're pompous about it doesn't mean you're right. It doesn't mean that it's deep. It sounded really selfish and arrogant.
Yeah.
The word
Like
drag.
a person is not.
Now I gotta drag you because you drag me. It's like it just felt a little, Like you're really not healed. If you're upset about that, then you're really not healed, because I believe in your healing should come with some humility and some self-reflection, and you should have more patience with somebody, because now, especially the things that I feel,
Tolerance.
I'm more patient with people when I see them going through what I went through.
I would definitely co-sign that, because if you're so healed, then you would have tolerance to hold
Yes,
that
that's the
lady's
word.
hand as she crosses the street, because I can't see myself. I know I've dealt with people that's broken. It's okay. Hold them by the hand, have the tolerance, like you said, the patience, and guide them through. Don't yank them.
Mhm.
Don't chastise them. Just guide them through. That's
Mhm.
all. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I heard it a different way. The way, and I gotta listen again. Maybe I wasn't thinking of it that way. But when I heard it,
Uh-oh.
I heard maybe there was some resentment, but I kind of, you know what? I'm gonna apply it to my first marriage. What I heard was, go fix yourself. You're the problem, and someone holding it over the man's head. Then the man does that. He goes to counseling. He goes to therapy. He goes and he fixes it. And then when he comes back, he realizes that the other person was wielding your infirmity like a weapon. And then you realize that they're cruel, and you realize, yo, hold on, you yourself ain't healed. Now, I might have been worse than you at that point, but now that I've worked on myself, I come back and now I can see with clearer eyes just how jacked up you are as well, when I thought it was all me. That's what I picked up on. And look, maybe I'm projecting or reading into what I went through, but if someone says you're the problem, you need to go and work on yourself, you need to woo, 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 and then you do it, and then you come back and that person has not matured nor owned their part of the problem, you can sometimes see that better, like, oh wow, this person is really tripping, like they really put it all on me. But now that you hold up a mirror, they can't bear to look at themselves, but they can hold up a mirror to you all day. Y'all
That,
didn't hear
that,
that?
that,
That's what I pick up on.
no, I see transfer. I see a woman telling you, get off your ass and go get a job. Now you go get the job and you're making $75,000 a year, and you come back in the house and tell her how broke she is. Bruh, just because you got the job doesn't mean that you can come back and look down on people and chastise them in a way like you're not motivating them. You're agitating. You
Okay.
got your high school diploma. Don't come back and give off the impression everybody in the house is stupid, but you, because you got a high school diploma. Remember, before, somebody encouraged you to go to school.
Well, let's look at, yes, but let's look at it like this. Another way to look at it: what if they're not encouraging you to go to school? What if they're criticizing you for not being smart? Like you're hearing, I want him to improve. What if it was, he ain't shit, he ain't never gonna be shit, like they treated Antoine Fisher in the movie Antoine Fisher. And then, when he grew up and he realized, no, he was something and he could be not under their abusive tones. When he finally saw them later, he was stronger. Like, yo, I'm still standing. I realized y'all were actually abusive. You wasn't trying to help me. Like Monique, Monique's character in the movie Precious. Monique wasn't trying to help her daughter. Monique was looking at her daughter as competition. And so that what I'm talking about is, it looks like help, but it's abuse. What if you actually go and get the help? Because a broke clock could be right 2 times a day. So what if you had a gambling problem? Or what if you were alcoholic? And that's true. What if you weren't the best husband or dad? And that's true. And you go get the help, and then you come back and you're like, okay, let's restore the family. Let's try to work things out. And then now you're like, hey, I've learned some things. You should try some healing too, because there's some areas for you. This book might work for you. This technique might work for you. And they come back with, no, I'm straight. You were the problem. That's what I mean. Like, some people don't come at you with good intentions. They come at you with holding it over your head. And then when you do go grow up or go get fixed, they ain't trying to fix themselves. It was all about control and putting you under their thumb. That's what I have experienced before. And that's kind of what I got from that. I don't know if the guy was arrogant or whatever, but that's not. I took it the other way. Sophie, can you see anything in that?
I'm just curious on why, because in your title it says, "How do you handle a partner who's whole when you're still work in progress?" What he's talking about is, it sounds like there was a relationship that he was sent away, the relationship ended, and then he came back. So to address his issue, why would you come back to someone who sent you away? You're spinning the block. And I feel like
what if you're
sometimes
married?
men have a way of once they've been kicked to the curb, or once they've been said, "Hey, you're not where I want you to be," they perceive it as you're not good enough. So now he's coming back, and sometimes they come back to punish you. That's why he used that word drag. He still has bitterness and resentment. He should, if he was truly healed, a therapist, a counselor, or whoever it may be, might tell him to find somebody who has qualities like, or is going on the same path that you are. Why go back to somebody who told you they don't want you? You never let somebody tell you they don't want you twice. And you also shouldn't go back to somebody who told you they didn't want you and then try and harm them or point the finger at them.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that movie with Sanaa Lathan and Wesley Snipes, Disappearing Acts?
I remember the title. I don't remember the plot.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
It's where Wesley Snipes already have 2 kids from a previous baby mama, but he doesn't highlight that when he meets Sanaa. Sanaa is coming from out of town. She moves in. He charms his way in by talking about, "Yeah, I can help you fix this brownstone or whatever." Mm-hmm. And they're having a good time. Until, the sex, they're going out. She gave him a little hard way to go, but then she finally let in. All this time, he was working, but it's like off and on. And then all of a sudden, he moves into her house and starts drinking. He gets laid off from work. Then all of a sudden, "Oh yeah, I got 2 boys." And all of this, woe is me, selfish. Now she had to kick him to the curb for him to get his stuff together. Now that he got it together, he comes back. You understand? And it's like, you should have been prepared from jump, bro, before you said hello to her in the first place. Mm. You came broken. So now that you are a work in progress yourself, and now you get a little bit whole, I still don't think he's whole because, like you just said, you went back. Why you went back? To show off? To flex? Why? Why don't you go to the people that are also whole and see if you can measure up to them? Mm-hmm. It's predatory behavior. You only go after you know you can get over on. That's predatory behavior.
And that's also how I believe toxic relationships happen. Oftentimes there may be somebody who says, "Hey, I need you to be in therapy." So then the one person is going to therapy. And as you become aware of some of the traits and some of the habits that you have, now all of a sudden you're a professional, you're a pro. And it doesn't make you a pro, it just makes you more enlightened. I'm not wrong because I'm not going to therapy. This judgment thing, it really should stop. It really should be, like you were saying, a lot more grace. And if you cannot extend your partner grace, then maybe you shouldn't be a partner. Maybe you should be single. Maybe you should continue taking that time now to reflect on the new information that you've learned.
But what if you're married? What if you're married and I'm using that as an example, Sophie, where you're not spinning the block to be malicious. Okay. You're trying to salvage what's left. Hopefully, like let's say the person who got the counseling and healed. Let's say that they have good intentions. Well, what do you do when there may be a difference when one partner has gone to therapy, one partner hasn't? Because some men ain't trying to go to therapy. Like the woman will be like, we need therapy. We should go get some counseling. We should talk to someone. And the man will be like, "No, I'm good." and then the woman ends up going to counseling and therapy on her own and working on herself and trying to work on a marriage, but he ain't trying to work on it. Then it's like she comes back and she's like, hey, you should read this book, or you should check out this sermon series, or you should go, talk to this therapist. I think you should put some time in. And he just says no. What do you do when one of the partners ain't trying to hear it? Like that could be a real thing in a marriage. Like, do you just say
that's somebody that lacks interdependency skills, because the relationship is bigger than both of you. So if you stop contributing towards it and the other person is, all right, we're not really working on this together, just me, and they're going to resent you for it. So I'm going to tell you right now, why put up with somebody that's not trying to share the load, solve the problems, connect better? That's all I see.
Okay.
In a marriage, it's a little bit tricky, because I know sometimes with some of the marriages, let's just say if we're a Christian-based, relationship, sometimes in the church, they will say things like, you should pray about it, or you should pray for your husband, you should pray for your spouse. And a lot of times what I think we're omitting is therapy and healing. It takes time,
Yeah.
when
you say time, not weeks and months either.
Yeah, it takes time. So that's why you have to give the person, allow them some patience. It's like, learning how to, I don't know, they say ride a bike, or once you get it, you get it. You're able to live it. But in the single world, I would say, to flip back to that, if I could for a little bit, I can't fix you while I'm fixing me. So if I'm single and I decided to go to therapy, and as I'm learning things, I think in AA, they tell you that you shouldn't be dating, or you can't date someone, maybe someone, the chat can drop it in there. When you're going to certain types of therapies, they prefer for you to be single and to be alone. So I would say, if you're single and you're in therapy and you're still learning things, I think that you should probably remain single until you've kind of reached the milestone. Then if you're married, you and your partner should have a conversation, I would suggest, on, hey, give me some grace, not to use that as Dave was saying, to hang it over someone's head, say, hey, give me but I'm going to give you 6 months, brother, to get a job, or to find something that's going to bring money in. It doesn't have to be a $75K, but I'm going to need you to do something that's going to assist in the finances in the home. As far as the patience, an example of the patience. Yeah. But I can't fix you while I'm fixing myself.
I don't even think that would fall under patience, because you're putting a deadline. Remember what you just said? It takes time. So how are you going to give a deadline on something when it's a process that you can't rush? I'm just saying.
Hey, I want to read some of the comments real quick. Welcome in. Shout out to Shout Crystal. She said, good evening, everyone. So welcome in, Crystal. Welcome in.
Hello, Chris.
Drew and Leah, this is Dr. Zenos. Okay, Dr. Zenos said, I think Carl is missing the point. When you call someone out, you have to be aware of your own shortcomings. Okay, and then he continued and said, why tell someone they need healing from the outset if you yourself have had no therapy? And then he said, saying you need help is different from saying we need help. All right, so let's respond to Dr. Zenos's thoughts, you guys. What do you think?
I like that. I like that.
It's the word
that is interdependency when you say we. Yeah.
And in therapy, they talk about word framing and how you frame things, and also with your past and some of the traumas, reshaping those things. So maybe abandonment, you can flip that to say, hey, I was released so that I could do this. It's just the way that you're framing it. So I would agree with Dr.
Dr. Zenos.
Zenos, that it's just the word framing, how you say it, and it makes it more palatable when someone says we as opposed to you.
I agree. You know what? I want to play that clip one more time, because maybe I just wasn't listening with the right ears, or with different ears, I'll say. Let me listen to see what this guy was talking about, because y'all picked up on something I didn't. Where is it at? Okay, I got to remove this from the stage, and then I got to add. They changing the technology up, y'all. You got to hit extra buttons now to get it to do what you wanted to do. So, all right, let's see. And I'm slow on the laugh button. I gotta get the laugh button a little bit faster, so so I'm not delayed. Okay. All right, so let's listen to what this guy is talking about here. And I'm going to hit play. Let's see what he's saying.
Oh, we can't hear. Are we frozen?
The volume is off, Dave.
Only Dave can hear, I guess.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Y'all couldn't hear it?
No.
Ah, my bad. Oh, I'm tripping. Hold on. I told y'all technology. I had it muted. I'm so sorry, y'all. And I gotta take these shades off. All right, let's try it again. We're gonna have to let it repeat.
You told me to heal. You said, Negro, you need therapy. You need to go get a mentor. You need to be around some brothers. I did all of that, and now you're not able to hold yourself accountable. Now we have a problem, because now I've got to drag you when you once dragged me.
I hear what y'all are saying. I'm gonna let him repeat, and then we're gonna
where do we go from here, Dave?
And what I'm discovering, man, and this is not to take the conversation left, but
Take it left, brother.
we're dealing with a generation of women who are not ready for the men who they told to go heal.
All right. So first and foremost, he's dealing with generalities, and he's saying a generation of women. So he's talking about all women, a whole generation, which we know generalities don't apply to everybody. But given the benefit of the doubt, okay, let's say he is talking about this youth generation, which is, it's a whole passport bros on one end, and then you have the young independent women on another end, and however you want to classify it. We got the gender wars, and a lot of people blame Kevin Samuels for having gender wars. But at the same time,
but he's still way off base, because, and bear with me, but it depends on where you shop at. If you're used to shopping at Whole Foods, that's a difference than if you're shopping at Key Food. It's not the same. The quality is not the same. If you're complaining about or saying a certain group of women, say the group of women that you qualify for, that you surround yourself with. There's a whole extension of other type of females that don't apply to that argument or that point.
So
I used to get on the guys that say, "Oh, I'm gonna go across seas," the red pills and all that. I'm like, why y'all don't go by the colleges? Is it because you don't want to have to be forced to meet the woman's father? That's why you go on that. Remember I said earlier about predator behavior. You're doing things on purpose.
Right.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm too old fashioned.
Okay, well, let me ask this, Carl. Carl, he generalized, but is today's modern woman different than the modern woman of, let's say, 1960 or 70?
Of course.
You would say yes?
There was no such thing as modern women. What the hell did you get these modern
today's
terms?
woman. Today's woman.
There was no modern.
Yes.
Is today's woman different than the woman of 1970, the average woman?
A woman is always going to be a woman. The opportunities that are afforded to a woman are different. So a woman's mentality is different, which
what I'm asking.
Is going to have her to act in different ways. Also, if a woman is different, then a man also has to be different. Sometimes the woman changes how the man is, and the man can change how a woman is. If a man is present, it can change how the woman reacts. If a woman is not present, we see that in the prison system, it's all males. So then they have higher testosterone levels. The guys are more aggressive and all that. But if you were to put a woman in there, things become softer. If the women are all together, sometimes people would say they become catty, they become combative. So they both go hand in hand. So the women are always going to be women, but their circumstances, their environments, what they're able to afford, education, all these things now has changed women. And again, going back to this guy said, he is not sounding like a man who has gone through therapy, because one of the in marriage counseling and just therapy, they talk about the generalizations. You know, that's fighting words.
Exactly.
He is not even showing, even in his statement, that he is the person who healed. He sounds like he's bitter. And he's prostrating as if he is and maybe, I don't know his man, but he's just trying to prove a point that may have a underlying meaning for him or somebody in particular.
Yeah, I agree. It does sound like he's upset about the way in his head women of this generation behave. Right, he's tired of it. And for instance, we could say the passport bros, right? If you wanted to generalize, you could say the men of this generation are all passport bros, meaning they've all given up on the United States women and they trying to find a woman from another country. All of them. You could generalize and say that. That'd be incorrect. But you could generalize, huh?
They don't qualify for these women. That's why they're going across. See, it's just like when you're dealing with kids. When they can't get their way, let's go back to our childhood. When you know you can't get $1 from your dad or your mom, you go to your aunts or your uncle. You know where to go just to get your way. And like Sophia was saying, that a woman is a woman. Let me tell you something. And I keep saying it. I've said this plenty of times. If 60% of black women tomorrow morning say, I'm not sleeping with a man unless he has life insurance. Do you know how many guys on a Sunday at 2:00 in the morning would go out there and get life insurance just to get laid? It's all about being influenced. Women are the biggest influencers. Once men understand that, because it is follow the leader.
Welcome in, Ms. Blessed.
The only problem is we don't know who's leading. That's the problem.
If my infractions, if the things that I'm doing are so abrasive to your peace, then you should leave. And because that's what I'm going to do. If your lack in maturity or whatever it is, finances, emotional, if it's bothering me that much, then you need to leave. And that goes as far as even in a marriage or relationship. If something is not working right, and if it's affecting my peace, I would say cut it off. The right hand's offending me. I'm cutting it off.
So
Exactly.
Sophie,
Like
you're in a
bad
relationship. Damn. Sheesh.
I'm
Not
just
bad
saying.
breath.
Damn, Carl.
Like bad breath.
Carl
Smoking, whatever. I don't want to smell alcohol on your breath.
Okay,
Come
well,
on.
hold on, y'all. Okay, so wait a minute. Wait.
I also don't like bad dental work, like when you can see the I don't like that. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So, okay, I have a question. Okay, so you're dating someone and you notice that they have bad breath often, and it can be worked on. Like there are things, and you say, "Hey, when's the last time you had dental cleanings? Do you go once a year, or do you go 3 times a year? Do you go 4 times a year?" Like you're trying to, in a nice way, help them work on it. So, Sophie, do you just bounce because they have an issue, or do you try to help them work on it? Like, what are we saying?
Okay,
I'm being real. I'm being real life.
Real life. I actually had a friend who divorced her husband because he would not get his teeth fixed. It was so bad that when you drool when you sleep, it would be like blood in the pillow. And she was like, "You need to get even though they were able to have or afford dental stuff." She said, "Let's save up money. Let's get some of these cavities fixed, something." And he just would not. And she just felt like she just could not. How can you be intimate with somebody? How can you kiss? How can you receive stuff? I don't want to get cavity juice.
Oh,
You know, down
Jesus.
there.
Not
That
cat.
was
Oh, come
belly,
on now. Not gingivitis
Oh,
in the
yeah, so
private
it was
parts.
bad. She said that it would seep through the pillow. So I
Oh
would
my
say,
God.
yeah, if you have a deal breaker, if somebody needs improvement in any shape or form and they're not willing to change it, those are opportunities for you to separate, you know, yourself from that person for your peace, for
I'm
your
sorry.
happiness.
I'm sorry. You just made me think of Jerome from Martin.
Oh,
What
what
Jerome? What Jerome do?
You remember Jerome from Martin?
happened?
I said
Yeah. Oh,
Jerome
what
is
his
a
dinner
guy.
work?
Hell no. Jerome was always after Gina. Oh
Mm,
no,
Mm-hmm.
Pam. He was always after Pam. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
mm.
And some people also confuse chaos for chemistry. You
Oh,
know, they may find it because I've healed from this. They may feel, okay, I can deal with this because I can fix you. It's
mm,
because somebody, and it goes with, you know, how people say men like women who are spicy and, you know, they like all the little bit of drama in her. That's chaotic. That is going to affect your peace.
mm,
A lot of times the way women talk with, maybe some women talk with their hands. So maybe
mm,
some women want to go ahead and become a little louder when they speak. Those
mm.
things I'm hearing from men are deal breakers. They don't want you to have to raise your voice at them. And if you haven't healed from that, if you feel like you have to out talk me or, you know, have to win the argument or be right, you're not going to be able to keep a male or a female.
Mm.
You're not healed.
Mm. Is that just going to say for example? Is that comfortability to some people?
What do you mean?
Like some people feel comfortable only. Um, Look at it from I only go to sleep with the TV on. I only go to sleep with the light on. It's comfortable to them. I only be
Mhm,
around people with loud noise and yelling and cursing. It's just
mhm.
comfort zone. I hear a lot of times that word comfortability. So I wonder, is that a mechanism that people are misconstruing?
I
Comfortability.
believe so.
They feel
Yeah, it's
they
that.
feel
It's like
safe
I was saying,
or
the chemistry for chaos, and they call it trauma
right.
bonding. Maybe that's maybe a lighter way to say it.
Yes.
Trauma bond. Oh yeah, you're divorced. I'm
Yeah.
divorced. It's cool. Or you have kids.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes those things are great, but it could also be, um, you know, going back. I don't know why I keep thinking of AA. But you're an alcoholic. I'm an alcoholic. Oh, I've
Yeah.
recovered from this. You know,
Okay.
you're a domestic
Great.
violence survivor, or certain things like that. People like to bond,
Welcome in, y'all.
you know, over those things, and that's not real chemistry. Maybe you
Yeah.
need to be with somebody who is who hasn't gone through the things that you have gone through, and vice versa.
Let me reset the room. Welcome in everybody that's watching on TikTok. The topic tonight is how do you handle a partner who's whole when you're still a work in progress? How do you handle a partner who's whole when you're still a work in progress? Tonight I have Sophie, that girl, with me, and I have Carl Shaft to help me discuss the topic. I appreciate everybody for joining. So I'm asking you now, TikTok. I see a few people in the room. I see Miss Blessed in the room. I see Royalness in the room. I see Flappy. I see Derek Wright. I see my baby, Miss Leslie, in the room. I got a question for y'all. How do you handle it when you and your partner are at different stages of healing? I said it's hard, y'all, because if you say this person's whole and the other one's broken, then it sounds like you signifying. So it was hard to create a topic that's kind of benign, but because it ain't benign. How do you handle it when you two are at different levels of emotional maturity, different levels of development, and possibly different levels of willingness, y'all? Because having an issue is one thing, being willing to work on it is another. The two of you having problems is one thing, but the both of you wanting to work on it is yet another level. So I'm asking you, TikTok, how do you handle it when a person that you're with, you're at different stages, and maybe they want to change, maybe they don't? And you know what? I'll let y'all come up. Hit the plus sign so we can hear your voice. Hit the plus sign. We won't be able to see you on StreamYard, but we'll be able to hear your voice. So I want to get more from some of the some of the community. And let me see if we have any more comments from
I do
YouTube.
have a question. Maybe Sophia,
Yeah.
maybe you can help me out with it. It's like asking your woman, woman or your husband, you know, how many push-ups can you do, Sophia? How many push-ups can you do, Dave? How many push-ups can Destiny do? You understand what I'm saying? Just because Sophia can't do 100 like I do, doesn't mean we still can't work out together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? She do her 25 or 50. Right. We do what we can do, and that's enough. Why we have to compete? Because that's what it's going to bring up. Like we're competing. I got a high school diploma. Well, I got a degree. What are we doing?
It's competing. For me, because I've gone through therapy and then you kind of stop and you go back and forth. But one thing that I feel like I have learned is you don't have to be whole, but you damn sure cannot be heavy. You know, that's where that dragging comes in when he's talking. I can agree with him on that. That's where that dragging come in. You don't have to be whole. No one's perfect. But if you become heavy and you're hurting my peace, my mental, my appetite, then we definitely have to talk about some reconstruction.
Okay, so he had a point about I'm dragging you, whereas you at first were dragging me, and that is a negative connotation. He is kind of doom and gloom. I give y'all that. He is kind of negative. So.
But that's a gut buster when someone is being told, "I'm carrying you."
Yeah, that is kind of rough.
It's like, especially if you're a man. Especially if you're a man. What you mean, woman? You carrying me?
You know,
Carl,
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I had. You know what? Fine. I'm just gonna say it, y'all, because it's after dark. My ex-wife tried to tell me that she gave me this idea. She was like, you should go get a project management certification, right? Because I had a degree and she didn't. She was like, I'm thinking about getting this certification. You should do it. And I was like, I heard of it. That's a good idea. Yeah, maybe we should both go do it. So we take the time, we study, and maybe it was my engineering background or something like that. But I passed the test the first time, and I got my certification, and my salary went up. She had to take it 3 times, right? And I didn't hold it over her head. I didn't say, hey, I didn't do none of that. I was like, oh, man, don't worry about it. You get it next time. If you need my help, let me know. Like you got it. So she gets it eventually. But in between getting it, she decides during an argument to say, well, if it wasn't for me, I made you. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have the certification. If it wasn't for me, like I gave you the idea, if it wasn't for me. And I was like, whoa, time out. I said, time out. Yes, you did suggest the idea, but I had already heard about it. Right. But now that we got married, I was like, all right, it makes sense for us both to do this. We're both in the same industry. She worked her way up. I went to college and came in. So she got 7 years experience. I got 3. So she got me beat with experience, but I have her with the, with the degree. And I was like, yo, why you talking about you made me? And she was like, yeah, if it wasn't for me, David, you wouldn't even thought about it. I said, so let me get this straight. When I was at Georgia Tech, you made me. When I took 5 different classes of calculus, and all the times where I had to succeed before I ever met you, somehow you made me. Somehow it's your responsibility that I got to hear. All because you said you should take a test. And let's not forget, when I passed it the first time, that was your doing too. And you didn't.
That's why I said it turns into a slight competition, because there's a resentment of you did something I didn't, or you're doing more push-ups than me, or you're a better cook than me,
right?
Or whatever. It becomes a competition when it shouldn't be. The resentment is you just don't like that. You just don't support people. You just don't want nobody to do better than you. That is selfish. You can't just be there for your partner. You have to always have the advantage point or the overhead. Just like you hear people say about, oh, I want to make sure I have more money in the bank than you in case things go south. All negative thinking. You got to have an advantage over somebody. That's the only way you feel secure in your relationship or yourself. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah. And I think too, if certain conversations start triggering you, if I begin to feel uncomfortable around you, if I'm not feeling like up or good about myself, then those are all signs that begin to make, I would say more so for men, that make men shut down. She's
Mhm.
slowly shutting him down with competing, with trying to make him feel like he should be in debt to her. Um, I feel like that's why I feel that men want to push for prenups, because women will come back and say, "Oh, why I made you." You
Perfect
know,
example.
you may have
Yes.
supported, but it doesn't mean that you weren't the one out there throwing the football. You weren't the one out there.
Shooting in the gym. He
Yeah,
wasn't
you weren't.
shooting in the
Hmm.
gym.
Yeah, you weren't the one doing those things, and yet they get 50%, 80%, and it's no shade, no tea, but God, hey, like, are you kidding me? You
Yeah.
know? So, I mean, I
Yeah.
get it and I don't get it.
I get it. I get it, and I don't get it. Like the thing is, if we're partners, we're married, right? I'm talking about my first marriage. If we're partners, if we're married, I used to tell her, hey, don't make me your enemy. Like we don't have to compete.
Mhm.
Like we're in this together. We're team Leslie, right? What are we doing? Like, come on, don't you know what I'm saying? I ain't understand the whole competition thing. Um, you can get more done when you work together. You can win more bees with honey than with vinegar. It's just all those sayings are true. So going back to the topic, I do think the guy that was talking had some bitterness, and he's like, "You used to drag me, now I'm dragging you." You don't want to be healed or grow or develop, and then come back and wag your finger at people. Like I understand what y'all were saying. Like if it ain't working out, then just move on because that person ain't the one. Now I can see if you are still married, you come back, you try to make it work after all the healing and the therapy and the counseling, and it just ain't working. I understand that part. Maybe it's time to move on. Because I don't believe in staying where you're tolerated. You need to go where you're celebrated. Because there's someone out there, Sophie, Carl, Dave. There's someone out there that likes us just the way we are. They looking for somebody just like us.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like there's somebody out there that's like, yo, that person right there is what I'm talking about. I'd rather be with that
And then
person than the person that's tolerating me.
Mhm.
Go
and
ahead, Carl.
that's what it is. And like I said, you're not competing. You want me to thrive. You want me to succeed. You want me to do good, regardless of where your background, regardless of what you really got my corner. And I think
Hmm.
a lot of couples, married or not, that's where it starts with. They don't really thrive for each other like they should. They
Mhm.
really in competition.
Mm.
And it should be building. If he lays the brick and he's got a certification, then you lay another brick in the foundation of the home. And it should be this brick building where you're building each other up and you're not, competing.
Mhm.
Because all things do work together. They should work together in the relationship. Um, just focusing on what this gentleman is saying about, how, while he got himself hold and now I'm dragging. If you think about someone who's dragging, then they're behind you and they're fighting. They don't want to come along with you. So now he's saying he's hold and now he has to drag her and she doesn't want. He also mentioned something about which he didn't elaborate on. Maybe I need to watch it again, about the accountability. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, is she not, or he or she is not holding themselves accountable because you discovered something and now you're, oh, guess what? I learned this. You're doing it too. It sounds like
Mhm.
it's all groundwork for an argument. I don't see, and again, maybe the YouTube or TikTok or IG can assist me in how do I see the positive in this conversation? What are you expecting to get out of this conversation?
Yeah. Hold on one second, y'all. We just added somebody to the TikTok stage. So, Miss Blessed, I think because they got this new, you can't have static pictures and stuff like that, you may have to turn your camera on, Miss Blessed. Are you in a position to be on camera? Not tonight, Jesus. Not tonight. All right. Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear Miss Blessed over here on in StreamYard? Can y'all hear her? Say something, Miss Blessed.
Negative.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you can't hear. Oh, you can't hear her because it's not broadcasting back to. Oh Lord. Hold on,
Okay.
Miss Blessed. Let me figure this out. All right, she's gonna tell me something, and I'm gonna relate it. Go-
You're gonna have to say something.
Yeah, but I don't hear a word.
Yeah. It's like a translation.
Okay.
It's really funny how it
Mhm.
all connects to.
Hold on, Carl.
Oh,
Um,
Let me jump in, Miss Blessed. So she's saying that her and her husband are listening. You're a pastor, correct, Miss Blessed? Both her and her husband are pastors. So she said that it sounds like there's a woman out there that will tear the man down and uses, his, I guess, his faults or insecurities as a way to tear him down instead of to try to build him up. Go ahead, Miss Blessed.
all control.
mhm.
Because she's in fear of losing him. She might do that because she's in fear of losing him. Go
Right.
ahead, Miss Blessed. She said her and her husband don't compete with one another; they complete one another. Go ahead, Miss Bless. Okay. Okay. She said you got to stick to the commitment no matter what. It's a mindset, and you have to commit to that relationship. Miss Bless, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get you circled back through StreamYard, so that everyone can hear you. I can send you a link if you do want to come up on StreamYard, but I definitely appreciate your comments. Uh-huh. Okay. Her husband want to share, maybe. Oh, he's listening. Okay. All right. Thanks, Miss Bless. I appreciate you. It made a lot of sense. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. All right. Now I gotta figure out. Okay, cool. Boom. All right. So the take was that it sounded like a woman that was more here to hurt than to help, and you shouldn't compete. Like they look at it as a husband and wife. I don't compete. I complete. So I think that's a good perspective. Um, let's switch topics, y'all. Unless we got more on this, because I just feel like you should never weaponize someone's infirmities. Keep saying infirmities, someone's shortcomings, whatever you want to call it. Never weaponize someone's differences, especially when you're in a marriage. Because what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of doing that? Like, I don't understand if you're team Sophie or if you're team Carl or team Dave, then why would you weaponize someone's differences against the team? I don't understand that. Welcome in, Lady Cupid. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh,
Did you want
so
to share something?
I'm just chiming in, so you got to catch me up. But
Oh, you just okay. So you haven't seen the clip.
no, I haven't.
All right. I'm gonna put you on mute, Lady Cupid. I'm gonna play the clip one time, y'all. I know Sophie's sick and tired of this man talking. Sophie, you got to go on mute. I know. I mean, unmute. I know you tired of this guy and his little take on things.
Oh no,
But
no,
I'm,
no.
hey,
Listen, I had somebody call me, and I guess they couldn't get in. They said it depends on how cute the person is. They said,
wait a minute.
how
Wait a
do you
minute.
handle somebody who's it depends on how cute the person is. Facts.
Oh my God. Okay,
oh
so
man,
now we going back to the old school conversation of pretty privilege and handsome hookup. So if they hot, then you go, okay, you know what? Look at God. Hey y'all, I have a situation that I'm gonna talk about, and I'm gonna keep the people private, but I'm gonna play the clip for you, Lady Cupid. Just keep listening. But I'm going to talk about a situation. Um, I know someone, a young lady, who's dating a younger man. They're about a 5-year age gap. She's older, and she's trying to get this young man to be respectful of her time and her job. And hey, you can't You can't say to me, let's go hang out and take a staycation. Let's go somewhere within our city and get a hotel, go hang out. You can't say let's do that on a Friday. I mean on a Thursday. And then like you're supposed to make plans. And then like we never agreed the night before, are we actually doing this tomorrow? We never agreed that yes, we're gonna go hang out. We never solidify the staycation. And then the morning of at 5 a.m, you're like, hey, I'm finally getting back to you. Did you get your stuff together? Are you ready to go? And it's like we never agreed. I know someone where the young man is busy with his own life and he's dating an older woman and he's not giving her the time she needs to solidify the date, prepare the date, pack, get stuff together. He's just seat of his pants. Hey, if you like me, then you should be able to just let's go. Like call off work, let's do it. And
So
she's
that,
like, no, you're not respecting my time, my situation, my boundaries. You just running. And you know, to me, that's another one of those you're selfish and you're not thinking about the other person. And you're basically saying, hey, you're the one with the problem because you're not flexible enough. And she's like,
no,
no, you're not
there's a
respecting boundaries.
there's a difference between spontaneous and instantaneous, because
Ooh,
instantaneous is like you didn't put
that's a
no
bar.
thought, no plans, no nothing.
That's a bar.
Spontaneous is let's go, but I'm prepared for what goes along with let's go.
Okay.
You understand? So I'm gonna take a drive, but I got a full tank of gas. I got my money in my pocket, my debit card. I'm good to go in case of emergency. But instantaneous is let's go, and neither one of us got money in our pocket. Where we going?
Hmm. Great point.
We would
Sophie,
like to feel safe. I'm sorry, go ahead.
how would you feel, Sophie? You're dating a younger man and look, he hot. He hot. You
Mhm.
know, and you know, he got the body and everything. He's like, hey, girls normally fawn all over me. And I'm not
Listen,
used to dating. I'm not used to dating someone, 5, 10 years older than me, Sophie. Like, why ain't you reacting like the girls in my age group? Why aren't you spontaneous? Why can't you take off work, Sophie? Why can't you instantaneously? We're gonna go hang out because we talked about it 3 nights ago. Never solidified it, and in the morning of that was hypothetical. He's like, "Come on, Soph, let's rock." And how would you feel if a young man was trying to pull that number?
That's what I'm dealing with right now. There's several people that are kind of like, hey, let's go out. What are you doing Wednesday? You free Wednesday? I'm like, yeah, I'm free.
Okay.
Crickets. Then it's Wednesday afternoon. Hey, did you still want to go out? And my answer, unfortunately, is no, because I do have children. I don't know what to wear. I don't know where we're going. So, and also it depends to keep it a buck, how much I like you. So I may just go ahead and grab a babysitter real quick. I may just go ahead, but after a while that gets old too. We do want to make sure that you can get your outfit together. You can be prepared. And if he's talking that way, that's already a turn off for me. If he was
how can you just get up and tell a woman, get ready, we're going to McDonald's? Like, come on.
I mean, so when I'm trying not to say too much because this is a real life situation and they will watch the show. They said they're gonna check it out. But I will just say that other grown men said to this young lady, hey, it sounds like that young man ain't really into us. He's into him. Like he ain't into we. It's me. So so it's like he want you to up and hop, skip, and jump and transform and like you said, Carl, and Annie trying to take you to McDonald's. It's not
It's
like he's trying to
maturity
hop,
level.
skip, jump, and take you to. It's a maturity level. Come on now, Lady Cupid.
Exactly.
It's not like he's taking you to. This is what we said. He may be seeing you as a burger when you're really Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like you're like, hey man, I'm high level because of where I'm at in life, not because I'm trying to be high level. This is just where I'm at in life, and you're not coming to me any type of way. But he's treating you like you in and out burger. Like, okay, we can just quickly, let's real quick.
Maturity level. We're not little
to
kids.
reset real quick, the
No.
young guy wanted to take her out somewhere, and then it was McDonald's. It was like an impromptu.
No. I just threw that in there. That was
That's the analogy. That's the analogy.
That's right.
The analogy is, and I'll be clear. The analogy that we used today was it sounds like he thinks you're fast food when you're really a high end restaurant, high end, fine dining. You are ain't nothing fast food about this person, and it's like he don't see the value because it's on him, and he's trying to move too quick, and he's treating it like, well, all the young girls my age, they want to do it like that. Why ain't you moving? And it sometimes you could be fine and not understand that you still got to respect people's time and respect people's boundaries and respect people's affection towards you. Even if you are the unicorn, even the unicorn got to act right. I don't care how fine you are. you got to act right.
He's
And you
still
don't
trying to
a
get
pass.
the degree. She's already earned it.
He's trying to
Bingo.
get the degree, and she's
Bingo.
already earned it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it can be fun sometimes. I recently had somebody, it was late, and after COVID, most places are closed. So we were just on the phone, we were talking. I was like, I'm hungry. I do this all the time. When 10 o'clock hits, I want like something to snack on, I want something to eat. And we were going through all the places. DoorDash, I'm like, no, I don't want DoorDash. Things are gonna be, it's like $10 extra to get something small, not a big deal. And he was like, how about, you know, I think you said Shake Shack or someplace was open still. He's like, how about I come pick you up?
Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake or somewhere, and let's go get burgers. And I'm like, it is almost midnight. It's like, yeah, let's go. And it was fun just getting up and going to get something to eat late at night.
Okay. Like an IHOP, you know, late at night. Just want to go grab. Yeah, that works.
But here's the thing. Y'all. Number one, he got to be fine for you to get out your bed at 1 a.m. to go to Waffle House on a whim, instantaneous. As Carl said, y'all didn't talk about it. It's not after a date. He hungry and he wants some company, right? You're not gonna do that for the average joker. You're gonna do that for someone that you like.
You gotta have a connection with the person. Man.
Yeah, not always physically attractive.
Someone that you like, right? It's not always about the look. It's about the person, their character. So yeah,
you ain't gonna meet.
You don't have to look a certain way.
You're not gonna meet somebody on Monday and talk about out of the clear blue, 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, go with me to the Waffle House. Nigga, I just met you yesterday. What? No.
I've gone on a trip to DC.
Oh, wow.
With somebody I just met. Our first date, he had a birthday party. I know it was crazy, but it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
See that look.
Booked a ticket, and
that was spontaneous.
I did like him. Just like you telling the story.
What's that?
I can tell by the look in your eyes right now. You're telling the story. Oh, you liked him.
No, actually I didn't. He was a silver fox. He was way older than me. He just had a great personality. He was a principal. So I kind of felt like, you know, if anything goes wrong, I went to the website and I saw that he was a principal at said school.
Yeah.
You know, my friends
he had something to lose. Yeah, so
I didn't think it was going to happen. And then he also worked for Delta as well. So he was able to get the tickets. I think his was free. He had to pay for mine. And we went, we didn't do anything sexually. We stayed in the same room. We went to a beautiful birthday party that he wanted me to go there with. And it was a blast. It was one of the funnest things that I had to do when, you know, and that you said that, Carl, that would be more instantaneous. I think
that
it was both.
More spontaneous, not
spontaneous.
Because he was prepared. Really, he was prepared for the whole.
Exactly.
But nothing was expected. It was just so that you enjoy each other. It wasn't nothing expected from it, but if something happened, it happened. But that's spontaneous.
Yeah, but it also turned out he was a good guy because some guys might want to fly you out. Like, hey, I'm gonna fly you out. It's our first meetup. I want you to fly to Vegas.
Know what that means?
Fly to Vegas, and I'll fly you back on Sunday. It's Friday night at 10 o'clock. Fly to Vegas, and we're gonna watch some shows and gamble, and I'll fly you back. So this is what I'm saying. You might end up with the person that expects some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And now it ain't cool because you know you thought he was nice, but now he's expecting like, dang, I spent all this money on plane tickets. I can't get nothing.
Whoa.
Wow. But okay, so then that's deceit because you're not being truthful in your thoughts and what you really want to do. If that's your intention, you need to say that.
Say
give me the option.
Huh?
You had somebody up there was talking about when you got money and resources.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there was a comment. Thank you, because I meant to talk about that. So the comment here says it's from Walt Charles. Welcome in, Walt Charles. I think you're new to the show. He said, when you got money and resources, everything opens up for you. When you got money and resources, everything opens up. Carl, Carl.
Not every, no. Before Sophia gets happy and before you start, let me tell you something. All the money in the world doesn't guarantee you everything. All the money in the world don't guarantee, because I know women that can't be bought.
I agree, Carl. I agree, but let's be very honest.
That is very true.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not talking about manipulation or criminal activity. All right, let's just keep it.
But when you don't keep it honest, it is. When you don't keep it honest, it is manipulation. To an extent, it is manipulation because you're not being truthful.
Okay, well, look, check it out.
Exactly.
Men can dangle resources. Okay, a man can be like, hey, let's go to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, or let's go to whatever, Fleming's. Pick an upper crust restaurant. A man can say, hey, I'm gonna fly you to Vegas tonight. Or a man could, and let's take it there. A man can say, hey, let's go to Dubai for the weekend. It's on me. All you gotta do is take Thursday, Friday off. You'll be flying back home Sunday. It's all on me. A man with resources gets more opportunities than a man without. True or false?
False.
It's absolutely true, Carl. If you got
true,
hear me out,
it can be true, but a woman that does that, she needs to make sure she has times too. So if she goes on that trip,
what that mean?
She needs to have times too. If she goes on that trip and she knows what's going to happen or what is possibly going to happen if it's planned, she needs to have times to that amount with her in case things go south. Because
you gotta have money. Yeah, you don't want to go on. I mean, that's even in high school. They were like, don't go on a date with no boy without having your own wallet, right? You know what I'm saying? So you always teach your daughters, have your own money, have a way to get home, call somebody. You don't want to be stranded and stuck on a man's dime. Right. That's why I'm saying let's keep it where it ain't sinister. It's just he's trying to get to know you and he wants some. The man, if you pick a man, who do you, Sandra, who's your celebrity crush? You may not have one, but just pick a celebrity crush. Pick a celebrity crush. I'm serious.
Ooh, I have a celebrity crush. Wow. Okay. Please don't think I'm weird, but it's, oh my God.
This is just for hypothetical. Come on now. Come on.
Okay. My celebrity crush is wow, I'm having a brain fart. Face Off. He was married to Lisa Marie Presley.
Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
Wow. I see it, Sophie. I see it. I got you. Nicolas Cage. Okay. If Nicolas I mean, listen.
I know y'all make it.
Don't judge me.
Okay, hey.
All right, Flappy said Denzel Washington. You said Nicolas Cage. All right. Back in the day, for me, it was Jordan Sparks. When I first got divorced, Jordan Sparks could do no wrong. I thought she was the flyest ever. Okay. Now, imagine if Nicolas Cage is broke and he trying to holler at you and he want to take you somewhere. And imagine if Nicolas Cage is rich and paid and he's trying to holler at you and take you somewhere. It's the same Nicolas Cage. They look exactly the same. One got money, one don't have money. Are you going to go on a trip to Vegas with the one that got money or the one that don't got money, Sandra? They look the same. They're the same person. One just got the resources.
Me being the person that I am, I will go with the one that does not.
I'm surprised.
Why?
If everything, if character and everything else is the same, one just got the money. You're not gonna go with the one with the more resources. Everything else is the same.
And then what would happen if you get with that person with the money and they lose it all? Would you still stay with them? No. So what that says about you?
Well, let her answer. Would she? Would you? Would you stay
Yes,
with a
I
man?
would.
Okay. And some people would.
Yes, I would.
There are caliber of women that just don't believe in being bribed.
But
Is
I'm
it
not
because-
talking about bribing. You're taking it. That's why I said don't take
No,
it to the level of anything manipulative. It's just that he got more and the other one don't. Everything's the same. Ain't nobody bribing nobody. Ain't nobody harming nobody. One man got money, one man don't. They're the same exact person. One got
Yeah.
money, one don't. Aren't you gonna pick the one with more resources because you can do more?
Yes. Somebody in the chat
Thank
was
you,
talking
Sophie.
about a carefree man
That's all I'm
that's
saying.
easygoing. He said, just put something on, like, hey, you want to go to Paris? I would do that. I don't want to do broke love. Maybe call me shallow, whatever it is. Anything broke that doesn't, I can't. At this day and age that we're in, can't
That's
do
all
broke
I'm saying.
love.
That's all I'm
Can't
saying.
do broke.
That's all I'm
You
saying.
almost
Like
barely do broke friendships because it's difficult. It's hard.
Hey,
It's
I guess
hard.
I'm just more so. I'm more so just the way I feel about it is I just don't feel like what a person that has the resources and things like that, sometimes they can feel as if you could be bought. So and I'm speaking from experience because I dated a millionaire and he feels he looks great. He looks damn good. And he can have any woman he wants. And it's like, they feel that like, oh, I could get anybody I want because I have the resources, I can do this, I can do that. And that's unattractive to me.
correct.
So that's the only thing with it. Now, if you have the money and you are humble and you don't flaunt it and always have to remind me that you have it, that's different. But dating someone that has those type of funds, they tend to be a little, big headed and all about them, and they feel
Yeah.
like they could just buy you, and you can't buy my affection and my time. You
And
just
that's
can't.
fair. And that's fair. Hey Sandra, I want to make sure you're not driving. I know you're in the car, but
I'm
is the
done.
car still?
I'm
All right,
done.
cool.
I'm in my
Cool.
driveway.
All right, cool. And it's important because TikTok will get us if the car is moving. And then of course there's somebody that was on live driving and someone lost their life. So just be careful. So I
No,
wanted to
no,
make that clear.
I'm done. I'm done shopping for my mom. I'm done.
No
I
problem.
got a question, Dave. Suppose you swap it, and it's sad to say this and even ask this question. How many men would roll with a chick just because she got money and she say she got it?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna take it somewhere else, Carl.
A lot.
Because look, I'm gonna take it somewhere else
That's
because women like security, and so the finances means more to the woman. For the man, it's the access. Imagine you got two women. Their morals are great. They're both wonderful people. All right, ain't nobody nothing bad. They're all great people. You say, hey, let's go to Vegas, and if something get hot and heavy, you're gonna let something happen. One woman say, no, I'm not doing that. No, we're not doing nothing like that. And other women say, well, baby, hey, I might, I mean, I ain't that we both grown, so
It ain't
the possible. It ain't tricking if you got it. Come on.
no. See, you miss-
Oh, Sophie.
Dave,
See, hold on,
Yeah,
Carl. Let me
Sophie.
land my plane. Let me land my
Dave.
plane. Let me land my plane. Let me land my plane. Let me land my plane.
She
Got
got
you,
a
Carl.
point.
I got it. Sophie, only one on here telling the truth. Y'all over here bullshitting. Listen to me.
Wait,
Listen to me.
pause. Hold on. I'm being truthful. And I agree
Okay,
with a lot of what Sophie said. So no, don't do that. Don't.
all right.
I'm not gonna
The
lie to
only
you.
thing
Mm-mm.
Okay. You're right. You're right.
there's,
Sis.
I hurt you with
there's
the truth,
one
then piss you
word,
off by lying. Sorry.
All right. All right. Okay. All right.
but see,
Sandra. Carl.
there's one word that they both got in common. It's convenience. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you just lost me. What are we talking about? Convenience?
How am I losing you?
Because I don't know
Both
how
parties-
convenience.
Convenience always plays a part when it comes down to somebody wants something without really investing.
Okay. All righty.
All right. They want something without really investing. So when you say, rather it's a woman saying, hey, let's go to Vegas, I got it, or the man, it doesn't matter the gender. They want the convenience of you.
Well, what I was trying to get at was resources matter when you're a man. And look, beauty And let's be honest, intimacy matter when you're a woman. A man, if you got to pick between the woman, they both the same. They're good women. They have great character. It's the same exact woman. They look the same. In one universe, the woman says, hey, we ain't doing nothing. I'm not doing all that. In another universe, that same woman says, well, hey, if I like you, it ain't tricky if you got it. Or you never know what may happen after a couple of drinks. Like, I think you fine, Carl. And hold on. You're telling me that you're going to choose to fly out to Dubai or wherever with a woman that's like, ain't no haps? Or are you going to fly out with a woman that says, hey, something might occur? That's my question.
We have one life. I would go and have fun. Yeah, just go and have fun. Go with what you know or what your intentions are.
I'd rather invest in what is mine, what I can keep, than what I can enjoy for the day, the moment, the weekend, or whatever. And because this way, I know we could go back and forth to buy anytime we want, as much as we want.
Okay. All right. Well, we can leave that there. Resources matter. Good looking matters. And when you're dealing with men, freakiness matters. I'm just being straight up with you.
You said freakiness?
That's what I said.
Oh,
that's what I said. Listen, Sophie.
Yeah.
If you have the same exact scenario and one woman,
that shit.
And look at him. Oh, now he won't agree. Now he won't agree. And now he won't agree when I make it clear. But all I'm saying is, you guys, is that sometimes you guys, we can be swayed when we see what we like. So, for instance, this all came from the scenario I was telling y'all about. The lady was talking about the young man that isn't necessarily prioritizing her. He's not necessarily understanding what she's saying as a grown woman. Like, hey, I need you to do this, this, and this. And he like, why are you coming at me? Why are you? He's defensive. And I said, you got to set some boundaries and everything. And she was like, no, but he's not that bad. And maybe I can help. And I said, okay, well, then you got to raise him up. You're going to have to help train him and teach him because he's a young man. He don't know how you moving. He's self-centered. And I don't mean it in a bad way. But the truth is he got on blinders. All he sees is, here's what's good for me. He's not thinking about we or us. Mm-hmm. And so I was just telling her, you got to know what you're getting into. And then she was like this. She said, but I like him. And Sophie, that's when I said, show me a picture. Show me a picture. She showed me a picture. This joker had a 12-pack. She said he got an accent because he's from another country. Mm-hmm. He was tall, dark, and handsome. I said, oh, I see what this is. You found your unicorn. You found your unicorn. So he can't do no wrong. You're going to give him all of the opportunities because he's your unicorn. Now imagine if he looked like Morgan Freeman, like that's the name Carl like to use. Imagine he looked like Morgan Freeman, whoever, right? Imagine he was 20, but he looked like he was 84 because he looked like whoever. I'm like, he wouldn't get the same benefits that he's getting because he ain't your type. So going to your point, Sophie, pretty privileged, handsome hookup. Mm-hmm. How they look matters. Your friend texted you. It depends on how he looked. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. We make allowances for people that's our type.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Didn't we just go through this not too long ago with Diddy? Never mind.
Diddy?
What?
What?
But Carl, you have a point. Listen, women. I won't say women. I'll say Cassie may have put up with some of his shenanigans because he was Diddy.
Resources and money.
Right. If he was a broke man, not called Diddy, maybe he was a broke dude and they called him, Duty. Duty don't have the same access that Diddy got because Duty's broke. Same exact person, same exact freakiness, same exact talent level of, I like music and all that. One got money and one broke. They're going to go with the one with the money and they're going to put up with his mess a little bit more because he got the money.
I've never heard of a woman being in a situation where a lot of things that are, no, some women do stuff for men who don't have anything,
They do.
Some do.
They do. Listen,
yeah,
let me
do it.
Let me clarify
so it must
for
be
you.
The likability and then the self-esteem. A lot of those things play a part in it.
Do you know how many women in the past 30 years have went up and visited men, broke men, in prison on a regular basis? Do you know how many women allowed men to move into their home with their children? Do you know how many women slept with guys that was unemployed? Come on.
They get to a now. That unemployed PP.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What
the hell?
All day, every day hustle.
Too far, you know. Why are they catching a stray? You know, different scenario.
Sophie said unemployed.
She said, "Why are they catching a stray?"
Right. Listen, she said, let them please. Let them jokers live. Can they live?
One, he can drag me. Okay. Don't last always.
Let's look at it.
Head through the headboard.
Oh God. Head in the freezer. Head in the freezer.
Remember, those guys is easier access to than the millionaires and billionaires. That's the truth of the matter.
Oh, you can get to the broke peen than the billionaire peen. Okay.
It's easy to get a dollar store nigga, but it's hard to get to a quality.
Like Lady Cupid was saying, it's different.
Oh, hold on, y'all.
He was alluding to like.
Hold on. We have another TikTok guest. Hold on.
Oh.
Y'all bear with me. All right. Dr. What's up, Dr. Kenesha? What's up? Hey, Levon.
Oh, we can't hear.
Listen, no, Doc, you got to understand what's going on. You have walked into the After Dark podcast. Okay, we're live. Okay, and here's what I need you to do. Listen, Doc, this is what I need you to do. I'm gonna send you a link in your DMs, and I need you to come to the stage. We're not doing this on TikTok. You got to come to StreamYard.
Oh.
Okay, I need you to come because you can't. Can you hear them? No, stop with the music, y'all. Can you hear them?
Sorry, Dave.
Okay, no, you good. Because I don't want to get flagged, Sandra. I don't want to get flagged. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this link and I'm gonna send it to you. You need to come to the stage because we're having a great discussion. We need your expertise, Doc. This is a doctor, y'all.
A doctor of what? A chiropractor?
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
Okay.
I see here.
Listen, it's the team. Listen, they're very defensive. They're like, doctor of what? They want to know who is this.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen it before.
All right, I'm gonna bring you up. I'm gonna send you the link. Okay, you got to come up, but you got to turn your music off. Okay. All right, I'm gonna send it to you right now. All right, so that's Dr. Kenesha, y'all. Dr. Kenesha Gaskins. She's wonderful. She's a part of the TikTok team that I rock with. How do I get you up out of here? All right, cool.
I think I've met her before.
Listen, man, y'all remember Mimi? You remember Mimi, Sandra? Remember Mimi came up? Carl, Mimi came up?
Yes.
She's part of Mimi's community on TikTok. All right. So I'm going to bring her up. And this is important because last night Mimi came in here. Dr. Kenesha came in here. We was having a great conversation. And I can bring up another. I got some scenarios, y'all. We about to flow tonight. We about to flow because hey, Levon, I have someone, you guys, that I'm going to discuss a situation. I know someone that's going through a breakup. One of my lifers is going through a breakup. She said, Dave, I'm having a bad day. I was playing my music last night. I said, I'm having a bad day, Dave. I said, oh man, what happened? I'm going through a breakup. I said, oh my God, breaking up with your boyfriend, your husband, what's going on? She said, breaking up with my boyfriend. And she was like, and I think I'm just gonna stay with my husband.
Love it. Love it.
Sophie, you toxic. Sophie, you are toxic. Sophie, you toxic. I said, wait a minute. You have a boyfriend and a husband? It's not the same man? She's like, nope, it ain't the same man. And she was like, I'm really going through it, Dave. And I said, I said, first of all, okay, why do you have a man? She said, I have a man because, me and my husband like roommates. I said, can we talk about this on live? She said, yeah, you can talk about it. I'm like, does your husband know? She said, no, he doesn't know. I said, okay, he don't know, so he must not be on social media. And I said, well, why are you breaking up? She said, I'm breaking up with my boyfriend because I'm not going to be his hidden gem. He doesn't value me. He's trying to hide me. I said, oh, wow. So he's trying to hide you. Well, I was like, why don't you just work on the home? And she was like, I can, maybe you're right. And all the lifers was like, work on the home. The grass is greener where you water it. And she was like, yeah. And then she started getting the details. First, she was like, I wasn't intimate with the friend. It was romantic. Then she was like, no, we've been intimate. Then she was like, yeah, it was the best I ever had. And we were just confused, Sophie.
Okay.
So
yeah,
Sophie,
I would have loved for her to be like just candid, and come out with all of it. I understand that. I find those people interesting. I just find it all interesting. Would I do it? Probably not. But I love to understand the mentality of that, like how it all happened. What do you do? It's very, very intriguing.
Well, we encouraged her. We said, hey, stay home, focus on home. But the more she kept talking and the more songs I kept playing, she was like, yes. And I said, oh, I was like, please don't stay home, man. Stay home. All right. Dr. Kanisha, if you're listening, check your DMs, click that link, and it'll add you to the stage. She's gonna come to the stage.
I absolutely have no comment.
You have no comment? Somebody said she need to find a replacement boyfriend. No, she don't, y'all. No.
Yo, what the hell?
No, man.
Come on now. You don't train. This man has learned your body. He's trained you. He understands when to he has learned. Do you know how you have to really groom someone? That's a lot.
Sophie,
that's a lot. If she's dropping him, then she might as well go ahead and just leave. Yes, focus on your man. But to get somebody who understands when to be quiet, when not to call,
right?
She's around.
But here's the thing. My thing is, right, and listen, we're laughing and joking, but she did allow me to speak on it, right? And the truth is, we're encouraging her to stay, and water the grass that she has.
Yeah.
But the thing is, y'all, if you really ain't happy, just leave. Like that's where I'm at, right? I've been divorced, right? If you ain't happy, or if the other person ain't happy, somebody file and somebody move on. Just move on. We don't have to play these games. I'm staying for the kids, the money good. Yeah, if the money good, then damn it, water the grass you live on and make that work. If you say I love them, but I'm not in love with them, then figure out how to fall back in love with them. Like otherwise, y'all just go be single. Just go be divorced and go be single. Because guess what, Sophie? It ain't tricking if you got it. You could be out there and enjoying yourself if that's what you want to do.
I don't know why you encourage this, Dave, but it's all right.
I'm not encouraging nothing. I'm encouraging them to stay with their husbands and wives.
You encourage this, it ain't tricking if you got it. It's like
that's if you're single, Carl. Carl, if you so choose to be divorced and you so choose to go to Dubai, Amsterdam, Brazil, wherever the hell you want to go, you can do whatever you want. That's all I'm saying. But just do it divorced. Don't do it married. Like if you're gonna be married, then be married. If you're gonna be divorced, then go be single. That's all I'm saying. Why? Like Levon said, why are you married if you're not committed? That's my point. Like if you come on, man, stop playing with people's lives. And I'm not criticizing. So let me not get too turned up because I'm not criticizing. I said it's a safe place. So I'm honoring my lifers. I said it's a place for me. All right. So look, I got to play a clip, y'all. Check this clip out. Sophie. Sophie, you said it depends on how good it is, right? This woman said something similar. Listen to what this lady said. Share screen, Instagram, that one, I think. All right, listen to what the lady said. There it is. Technology. There we go. All right, check her out. She said, real women. She's talking about real women. Real women deserve 3 things. Listen to what she said.
Real women deserve 3 things. Okay. A king, a ring, and some good ding-a-ling. Real women deserve 3 things. Okay. A king, a ring, and some good ding-a-ling.
What you think about? Is she telling the truth? That's what you were saying, Sophie. Is she telling the truth that women just want a ring, a king, and some good?
It's all. Good luck finding all of that. I feel like you know, a lot of those things, as we were talking about earlier, it takes patience to groom and to train, to mold people into all of that. Good
Right.
ding-a-ling, you may find somebody, there's some guys out there who may not be, you know, as born with a lot of the things that women tend to like.
Right.
I feel like these type of scenario things is comical. She's a very attractive woman. She is somebody who probably pretty privileged is what I feel like that comment is for. And she's saying a good woman. Good women don't always get that, sweetheart. There are a lot of good women who are sitting at home alone who don't get all that. Now, pretty women who have, you know, the things that men, you know, like in society, they can say all those type of things. But women who are average and, you know, may not be as, you know, physically attractive, who have great personalities, they don't get all that. It's cute. It's cute though. You know, it rhymed.
It sounds good.
It sounds good
when the results don't match.
Now it's kind of like, are you a queen? You know, can you be a wife? And do you get good head? I mean, what are you talking about here? Most of these women don't even want to do anything in exchange for their to their men. Oh, I don't want to. I feel like, you know, it's in my throat, or I don't want to do it backwards. I don't want to do this. Y'all be wanting all this stuff, but you're not willing to. And I got a little nervous. I thought I was on mute. I was like, I'm doing all this talking. I'm on mute. I was like,
no. And we heard all that. You said it was in your throat, Sophie. We heard you. We heard you.
You know, let's be for real.
Ain't nothing wrong. Listen, man. You know what? I wanted to say something else too. And listen, Sophie, you know, I know we both, I'm just going to speak for me and Sophie. I know we both grew up and had time within the church. And sometimes in church, I think we get it backwards, y'all. I'm going to say this. I think Christians get it backwards. Some of us be freaky when we in the world. We be doing all kind of stuff when we, you know, in the world, unsaved, you know, unmarried, just single, just wilding out. Then we get saved. Then we get married and we say, oh my God, I can't do that. That's nasty. Oh, that's horrible. Why? God wouldn't want. And it's like, no. You got it backwards. God does want you and your spouse
undefiled
to do those. Come on. Come on. See,
marriage bed is undefiled.
See, she didn't preach that. See, that's scripture. Y'all got to know that's the word.
No, that's not from the book of Usher.
No.
Yeah.
The book of Usher, which you love to quote every week.
Reverend R. Kelly.
Right. No, the marriage bed is undefiled. You're supposed to want to do whatever you and your spouse want to do. It's all about agreement. As long as if y'all not harming, you know, y'all not doing nothing with no kids and y'all ain't doing nothing with no animals. Okay. And if it's you and her, the Bible says y'all go for it. And the problem is we be out here, Sophie, in the world wilding out. We do all the stuff in the world. We freaky and we nasty and we slutty for the world. But then we get married and we want to hold it in. And we're like, no, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. It's like, no, you were supposed to keep all that from the world. Hold it. Then when you marry your spouse, then you open up and let your inner freak out. We be doing it backwards. We literally be hustling backwards. And then we be in church feeling guilty because, you know, oh man, you know, I don't know if I should be doing these types of things with my wife. Sir, that's your wife. You absolutely should be doing those types of things. And then the woman, well, I don't know if this is right. No, go read the Song of Solomon. Listen, when they said her breasts were like two halves of a pomegranate. When they said that the two halves of a pomegranate had the spiked wine.
I'm sure in the biblical days it sounded attractive, but I'm getting a visual of pomegranate. It looks very bumpy and red. But I get what they were trying to say, you know.
It's a metaphor. He said I went down. She said I went down to the grove of where the mandrakes were. And she said, and I smelled the fruit.
Do they have mandrakes at Whole Foods? Because I have no idea what it looks like. It's not. This foreplay is doing nothing, but I know it's biblical. But yeah.
I'm glad you thought the same way I did, so because
listen, Sophie, you got to use your brain. Sophie, when they said drink wine out of thine own cistern, which means your own well, drink wine out of your own well.
Okay.
Yes, it means you. Hey man, you got your wife. You drink wine out of your own cistern.
Okay.
Okay. When she says I gave him the spiked wine. Ooh, what you think the spikenard? It's calamus and cinnamon.
Okay, I get it.
You know what I mean? It's you know what I'm saying?
I need the New English translation. You speak it in King James, you know, the New English translation. But I get it though.
How we feel if our Bible said, hey, make sure you lick her clitoris and only eat from your wife. Don't eat from nobody else. Hey, make sure you give your wife back shots and you come on, man. Make sure you juggle your husband's balls. That's not gonna work.
That's probably what it was saying back then. You know, right. We just haven't translated it into that. But I get what it's saying. But the pomegranate breast, is that her you say areola around the nipple? How areola had a little bumpy. You know, that wasn't. Yeah.
Hey Sophia, isn't that why we drink water so much today? Look all that thing he's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just you, Dave.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's me. Listen, man, I'll just say this. The Song of Solomon is off the chain. I love it.
It is. I
love it.
Yeah.
I'm the type of dude. I'll come up behind Destiny and I'll be like, baby, you got that calamus and cinnamon.
What'd you say?
I'm like, you got that calamus and cinnamon.
Oh God.
You got that spice.
You know what?
You're right. Sorry, Carl. You're right. I'll chill. I know that's like your niece. I don't want to be saying that about your niece. Chill. Uncle Carl, like, hey, Negro, shut up. That's like family. Okay.
All right. What else? What else you got, Dave?
All right, I do have another clip. So check this out. I got a couple of clips, and I think this is okay. So this lady is talking about the right partner, y'all. This lady right here is talking about having the right partner and what you would do for the right partner. So I think it kind of goes in line with what we're saying. Hold on, let me get the technology right. Come on, there you go. All right, so listen to this, you guys. Listen to what she's saying about the right partner, and we can discuss this.
TikTok recently, the comments were just so depressing, but they were saying like, women, what have you not said out loud about marriage? And one woman said, his life will be better when you get married. Yours won't. And it was this conversation about you're going to do everything you do for yourself, and now you're going to have to do it for somebody else too, and the kids. And
before we let her continue, is that true? Sophie, I know you've been married before. Is that true? Do you feel that his life will be better, but the wife's won't, and you have to do everything you do for yourself, but now you got to do it for him and the kids? Is that a real thing, or is she generalizing, or what you think, Soph?
I think it's an over-exaggeration, but it is my absolute pleasure to make his life better. It's, because I would have chosen a man that's going to reciprocate that. So I don't see it as, again, I would say she's in her or but we cut her off a little bit, but she sounds like a more prettier package of the man that we saw earlier that has a little sense of bitterness. Like his life is going to be better, but mine won't.
Right.
I'm going to elevate him, but he won't elevate me. You have security. You have somebody who you can talk to. You've got a father to your children. That's not making your life better. Try being a single mother. How is being married so bad? Is he being physical with you? Is he harming you? Unless you're the woman who has that mentality of you probably want to be out in the street still, or you want to be able to dress like a harlot, if we're still using the biblical word, in the man saying, no, you're my wife, I want you to be more modest. If you're somebody who is combating with your husband, then yeah, you will have a terrible life. If you're not a whole woman, if you aren't confident, if you're not looking forward to having children and being a mother and being a wife and then being a freak in the bed and do all those things at once, it is several hats when you're married. You take on another hat.
It is.
And you lace them down.
Sophie, I'm gonna hit you with a scripture, okay?
Okay.
When you said, "Hey, it's my pleasure to take care of my husband and do these things," I'm gonna hit you with this scripture. Sophie, blessed is the womb that bore you. and the breasts that gave you suck.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me tell you something, not every woman is gonna think like that. That I just had to go old school.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yes. And I receive it too.
Yeah, come on now. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, may my days be long.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Come on,
may
man.
May the oil
drip from Aaron's beard. May your quiver be full of arrows. All that. See, that's all.
Yes.
That's all
thank you. I thank you.
I just love that. It's Luke 11:27 and Luke 23:29. Blessed is the womb that bore you. Like bless your mamas. Come on, Sophie. Come on, Sophie. Come on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bless your mama's womb and the breasts that listen. And the way they say it in the New King James, they said, blessed is the womb that bore thee, and the breast and the paps that gave you suck. The paps that gave you suck. That's so. I love it, man. I'm gonna tell Destiny that. I'm gonna say, baby, blessed are the paps that gave you suck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
What's up, Carl?
Don't make me come out there and kick your ass, right?
Carl, you know what's gonna happen? See, Carl, funny acting. Let me tell you how Carl is. Carl, you're gonna get married. You're gonna find your wife, and one day you're gonna be. Listen, just check me out, Carl. You're gonna be in the bed with your wife. Everything's gonna be wonderful. The anointing's gonna be there, and you're gonna lean in and you're gonna remember what old Dave said, and you're gonna find it so funny, and you're gonna say to your wife, Lady Cupid, bless are the paps that gave you suck.
That is going to be so dry. He might as well go ahead and roll over.
Thank you for the Fest Cheers gifts. I see you. Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Lena. They out here throwing gifts, y'all. My agency is in here. By the way, you guys, we have hit 20,000 likes. We have hit 20,000 likes. So thank you, you guys. I appreciate everybody on TikTok helping us reach 20,000 likes. And thank you for all of the gifts. This is the After Dark podcast. You're watching Lady Cupid, Sophie That Girl, Carl Schaff, and I'm your host, Dave Life. And right now we're talking about, we've kind of crossed over into a few things. But what do you do when your mate, your partner, has gone to therapy and quote unquote done the work, but you yourself haven't quite done there? You haven't done the work. How do you handle a relationship where things are a little bit off? That was the first topic that we talked about. Now we're now we're looking at a clip where this lady is talking about things that happen in marriage, and we're talking about pretty privilege and handsome hookup. So let's continue with this clip, Sophie, and see what she's talking about.
Okay.
It really matters who you decide to do life with, right? And how they view partnership and marriage and you as a woman and your ambitions and your goals and the role they play in that, and that you don't do that on your own. You do that as a team. I saw this TikTok recently. The comments were just so depressing, but they were saying like, women, what have you not said out loud about marriage? And one woman said, his life will be better when you get married. Yours won't.
Okay.
And it was this conversation about, you're going to do everything you do for yourself, and now you're going to have to do it for somebody else too, and the kids. And I'm like, man, it really matters who you decide to do life with, right? And how they view partnership and marriage and you as a woman and your ambitions and your goals and the role they play in that, and that you don't do that on your own. You do that as a team. I saw this TikTok recently.
Okay. So it's looping. So I think, Sophie, the reason I picked this clip is because I've heard that. I've heard, man, my ex-wife catching strays. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do it, but I'm just telling I'm telling my truth, Sophie.
Okay.
I'm telling my truth. So if my ex-wife hear this, I'm just telling my truth. She said to me in an argument one time, she said, Dave, your life has gotten better. And no, she said, my life changed and your life stayed the same. I said, what you mean? She said, I cook for 2 people. I clean for 2 people. I wash clothes for 2 people. And you just go about life like you always do. You just go to work, come home, play your keyboard, go to acting class. You ain't doing nothing different. And I said, maybe you're right, but let's be honest. How much of that did I ask you to do? Did I require you to do these things? I said, I never asked you to wash my clothes, cook my food, clean up for 2 of us. I said, I never did. I said, now I'm not the most domestic, so I'm gonna admit that. So you probably picked up on my slack. I said, but I know how to wash my clothes, man. I know how to fold my clothes. I know how to cook food. I know how to wash the dishes. My mom taught me all these things. I did all these things before I met you. You're taking on more than what I'm actually asking. If you really want to know what I want, I want physical touch. I want words of affirmation. I want to walk through the door and feel like I'm a king. I don't need you to fold my clothes. I need you to hug me more. I need you to initiate sex more. I need you to be more spontaneous. That's what I want. But you ain't doing what Dave is asking. You're doing what you think you required to do. And that's unfair to put that stress in your life upon me like I asked you to do that. You see what I'm saying? So the concept that some people take marriage as it's bad and you're gonna have to do so much for the other person as a woman, and he's just gonna walk around like he's, you know, King Dingaling. When the truth is, marriage is a partnership to some people. When you get with the right one, they're not gonna allow you to wash the dishes by yourself. They're gonna help you on certain days. They're not gonna allow you to initiate sex all the time. They're gonna come and initiate sex. They're not going to allow you to feel alone in a marriage because they're concerned about your value of life within the marriage. So I think some people give marriage and commitment and partnership a bad rap, but she said that some women and some men think of it differently. So let's talk about that, y'all. Is there a contingent of people out there that feel that marriage is just bad? Sophie, you said, I love to take care of my man. I love to do this and that. And that's why I gave you, you know, the applause and everything. Because I said, how many women in today's generation think like Sophie, right? I feel like a lot of people are selfish, you know. So let's talk about that. Is there a burden within marriage or not? Is there?
Ayesha Curry is all I gotta say, and I'll drop that. I'll let that marinate. And Lady Cupid had her hand up, but I can go after her.
Go ahead, Lady.
That's
Oh no, I was agreeing with what he said. That
okay.
You mentioned. I was agreeing. There's still some of us left.
Yes, I think of women like Ayesha Curry, who has been getting a lot of flack from saying things like she had her own ambitions. She had all these things that she wanted to do, and then she married her husband, and she had to put herself on the back burner. Those type of people, and the gentleman that we saw earlier, are people who have that resentment. And I feel like it's just because you failed in speaking up for yourself or advocating for yourself or saying, hey, no, or having a conversation with your spouse. And now that your spouse is accelerating, you want to tear them down. That's not fair. And I gotta talk to you too, Dave, about you saying something to the lady about I never asked you to.
Okay, yeah, my ex-wife.
That to me, that would have hurt my heart so bad, because as someone who is, it's my pleasure to do it for you to come back and tell me I never asked you to. I'm doing it. I want, as your partner, to make your life easier. Maybe in that personal situation, she was using it as a dagger. But when someone's doing something for you because they really want you to have a good experience or a good day or to be helpful, to lessen your load, because we talked about, I don't care if you got some issues, just don't be heavy. She's making your life easier. So I think in turn, you should make her life easier on doing it without her asking.
No, you're right, Sophie. And let me just clarify. You're absolutely right. She was complaining that her life got hard and my life got easy. And all I was saying to her was, but you made an assumption that that's what I needed from you, and you took it upon yourself. And I was like, hey, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'll do more. But let's be honest. Don't attack me when that's it. No. And that's what I used to tell her, right? I got to go back 20 years. 20 years ago, when I was a younger man, I was super laid back. I didn't come in and set the tone and lead. I was laid back. I let life hit me. And I reacted, and she would say to me, "You didn't have a plan. You didn't have an expectation. You're not leading." And I'm like, "Well, hold on. Let's back up. I'm laid back. I ain't worried about nothing. Like, God got us. We got great jobs. It really ain't nothing to worry about. So what am I leading us to? We're good right now. So if you just follow my lead and be laid back, we'll be okay. But she was not laid back. She was high strung, and she wanted me to set the tone and do more. And I didn't fully understand it. I'll admit this 20 years ago. Now, as a 52-year-old man, I get it. But as a 28-year-old, I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So she would put things on me and say, you know, you don't do this and you don't do that. And I say, I don't do that stuff because I don't want to pressure you. I'm laid back. I want you to move how you want to move. So if you feel like you're taking on so much responsibility and you're doing too much, I need you to understand that that's what you decided to do. That's not what your husband said you need to do. I said, if you want to know what I need you to do, I need physical touch and I need words of affirmation, and I'm not getting it. So if you want to do what your husband's saying to do, we can go get a house cleaner. I don't need all that domestic shit. I need intimacy and I need physical touch and I need words of affirmation. That's what I like. If you're asking me, I said, but I didn't put nothing on you because I don't like people to put stuff on me. I'm kind of a little bit more laid back. She turned my laid backness into, you don't have a plan. And I turned her assumptions into, well, you came with your own plan. So why am I going to try to insert something when you ain't listening to know what you're doing your own thing? So it was, listen, that's why we got divorced.
It sounds like there's a lot.
I'm not blaming and I'm not blaming.
Yeah.
But I'm not blaming nobody. Sophie, listen, that was 20 years ago. I'm not blaming nobody. She's a wonderful person. But where we were in that moment, we didn't see eye to eye. And she needed me to communicate more things. And I didn't. And then she took my non-communication as weakness. And I took her assertion as control. So we were misaligned in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, I'm not trying to hate on her, but I did tell y'all she was going to catch some strays tonight. I said that.
That's over for you.
I did. That's over.
I got a question, Dave, based on that video. I've been sitting here listening, but I'm thinking, I don't like her.
Yeah. The sister? Carl, what she do to you, Carl?
I don't like her because I have a problem with people running their mouth about marriages and relationships, and they're trying to separate it or individualize it instead of using them key words. I don't like people that's not using words like we, us, our, because when you're in a marriage or relationship, those are the words that should be more repetitious coming out your mouth than what I feel, well, what you feel, what you thinking. Listen, he didn't have a bad day. We had a bad day. Mm-hmm. It's not his problem. It's our problem. Mm-hmm. We and us and ours is the only fabric you got left to keep it together or see eye to eye.
I agree. I think she was speaking. I think she was saying, I've heard women say, when you get married, this is how you feel. But I think she tried to say the converse, like, no, but what's really happening is we need to understand partnership better than selfishness. I think she would agree with you is what I'm saying, Carl. I think she would agree with you. But she presented the negative first, and then she tried to flip it. But Carl.
But she did the same thing that guy did in that other video by generalizing.
Really?
Yes.
Yep, she did. Like I said, she's a prettier package, and get a great forehead, by the way. But
damn, not a forehead. Why a forehead catch strays?
No, I like her forehead. Look how big mine is. I'm saying I like her forehead. She's a gorgeous woman. But again, it's just
Sophia, you said she's gorgeous. I'm totally disagreeing with you. I don't see nothing attractive about it.
Carl Shaft. I gotta pause you, sir. Hold on, man. Listen, brother.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
She's
what are you, Carl? What are you talking about, sir? I don't understand nothing.
Pretty woman.
Yeah, that's her natural hair too. Okay. Yeah, she's got a great show. I'm not sure.
Okay, let me phrase this better. Pretty is not just the look; it's the aura, the attitude, and the energy. When you sit down across from somebody, you could tell if they're attractive, not just by their looks, but also their aura, their energy.
Well, Carl, everything. I think you misunderstood. I think possibly, but you know how I misread the guy, and y'all showed me some things. I'm gonna let her speak one more time, Carl. But I feel like she's not. I think she's the type of woman that you and I would want, like a woman that says, "Hey, my husband is working hard, and it's a partnership, and we're gonna work together. We're gonna build." I think that's what she's saying. She just started with how some women think. I don't think she's saying that's how she thinks.
It's not her own words.
Yes, it's not her own words.
It's very Ayesha Curry. It's just
yes.
Ayesha Curry about how I didn't expect to do this. Maybe maybe we should talk about that, because that whole thing is a woman
I don't think she didn't expect it. She wanted the benefits of marriage. She didn't want the responsibility that come with it. We know that. That's why she's complaining about it right now. She don't. Come on, man. Let's
play the clip, Carl, one more time. I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna put you on the highlight. You on the spotlight, Carl, because we're looking at your reaction. I think this sister would be in agreement with Carl Shaft, not in a disagreement. Listen.
It really matters who you decide to do life with.
It matters.
Right? And how they view partnership and marriage, and you as a woman, and your ambitions and your goals, and the role they play in that, and that you don't do that on your own. You do that as a team. I saw this TikTok recently. The comments were just so depressing, but they were saying, like, women, what have you not said out loud about marriage? And one woman said, his life will be better when you get married. Yours won't. And it was this conversation about, you're going to do everything you do for yourself, and now you're going to have to do it for somebody else too, and the kids. And I'm like, man, it really matters who you decide to do life with.
You see what I'm saying, Carl? She's saying, I read this post, I heard what they said, and it just made me realize you really got to pick the right person. Am I right, Sophie? That's kind of what she was saying, right, Sophie?
Mm-hmm. The last line, it's like you really because you are going to have to put a lot of yourself into the relationship. Some may say, women may say it's more. I think women in a marriage, and I've been married before, we put more, I think, the physical side of it. It's more of the cooking, the raising kids, walking the babies. Whereas men, I think their contribution is not seen as much in the household as a woman's is. If a house is dirty, they're going to say, oh, your wife has a dirty house. If the man leaves the house and his clothes is not ironed, they're going to say, how come your wife didn't? So there's a lot of things. Now, if a man is not working and he's not contributing to the household, if a woman is not looking good, some may say, how come your husband doesn't tell you to do X, Y, and Z? So a lot of this, gender roles and stuff like. So I agree with her that it does depend on the person that you marry, their character, how they view a marriage and partnership.
Yeah, I agree. Let me shout out to TikTok real quick, y'all. Welcome in, Super Fox. I see you, Super Fox. Welcome in, Blissful Bundles. I see you, my friend. Welcome in, Lena P, my network manager, Lena P. I see you, Lena. Levine Wright is in the building. Cupid's later. Lady Cupid, you in here on TikTok too? All right, Lady Cupid. No, you good. Hey, hey. No, you good.
I forgot my phone was on.
Lady Cupid, if you're on TikTok, if you have a tapper, Lady Cupid, go ahead and get that going on TikTok. That's what I'll ask. If you don't have a tapper, you don't have a tapper?
No, my finger is my tapper.
See, Lady Cupid, this is why you got to join Dave's TikTok tips every morning at 5:00 Pacific. Even though I don't be on at 5:00, I ain't there yet.
TikTok gadget.
You got to join TikTok tips. So listen, just for those that don't know, on TikTok, it's all about engagement, and there is a tapper which allows you to connect this to your phone. It snaps to your phone, and this little piece right here will go in and it'll tap. Right now, it's in reverse. It'll tap 17 taps a second, however many more. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to engage with your content creator and support them without you having to tap with all your fingers. So in TikTok, taps matter. We have 24,000 taps. Thank you, everybody that tapped. We have 24,000 taps. We have been on the podcast for 2 hours, and we have 24,000 taps. A large majority. Let me see, Miss Leslie. Let me see what Destiny did. Destiny did Oh, Destiny sleep. Destiny ain't did no damn taps. Destiny sleep.
Oh,
I know my wife. I know Destiny knocked out. She ain't did no taps. But shout out to everybody that has tapped in. If I look at let me look at Lena. Where Lena at? Lena has 4,000 taps. You see what I'm saying? Lena got 4,000 taps. So there are people that have been on here tapping away, and I appreciate it. Thank you for the gifts. Super Fox, welcome in, my friend. Thank you for the Go Populars. All right, I'm going to maximize the screen, and we're going to continue with After Dark. We're back. Thank you for the commercial break, you guys. All right. I think, Carl, that the lady in the video was agreeing with us that marriage is it's a partnership. It's a partnership. I have a question for the ladies. Hey, listen, Sophie, Lady Cupid, this might be a whole nother topic.
Well, before you do that, my last statement was,
yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Micromanage people, micromanagement issues. Have you ever been around somebody that has to check everything behind everything you do?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm only saying that because that's what I saw when she was talking. That's the vibe I got from her. That she's the type that will be in a marriage or relationship and micromanage that man.
How did you get that?
Go ahead, Cupid.
I hate explaining this one. Learning how to read people is something that I've accomplished after 30 years of experience.
We just had this argument 2 days ago. You do it again.
Jesus Christ.
I see you, Sophie. I see it coming, Sophie. All right. So look. Oh, listen, I'm gonna ask this. Sophie and Lady Cupid, this might be a whole new topic, but I know we gotta go. We've been on for 2 hours, and we got all the Love After Dark people filing in. They ready for the music. So I'm gonna ask this. Sophie, give me 5 non-sexual things. 5 non-sexual things that men do that are super attractive to Sophie. 5 non-sexual things that men do that are super attractive to you.
Mentally stimulating, career oriented. I'm gonna put / entrepreneurial spirit. I'll put that in both. So I love when a man is working and he's got something else that he comes home and he's passionate about. So that's 2. Taking care of themselves, like going to the gym. And then / eating habits. I love when a man's eating healthy.
Yeah, 2 more.
Someone who sees me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you see me. And then non-sexual things. If he has children, the way he rears his children, the way he loves mine. I love that. Makes me happy. I think it's very sexy when I see you with your kids and loving on them and hugging them. That's really nice.
That's dope. I'm glad you said that. Lady Cupid, we're going to end the show. I'm going to ask Carl something afterwards. But Lady Cupid, name me 5 non-sexual things that men do that are super attractive to you, Lady Cupid. 5 non-sexual things.
I agree with the first one that Sophie said, the intellectual part of a man who can hold a conversation. Definitely how he takes care of himself, how he interacts with his family. That's big for me. How to know how to have that space for himself and for me.
Wow, space. Okay.
And just like me time for himself, time for myself, and the last one I would say is more so knowing how to, and it's not sexual, but just that physical touch of knowing just to touch when I'm having a day, or just just there, a hug, or just knowing that that's something that I need.
That's super, super real. Carl, we're gonna flip it. Name me 5 non-sexual things that women can do or that women do that are super attractive to Carl Schaff. This is specific to you. 5 non-sexual things that women do that are just super attractive.
Observational learning.
Carl, that's so on brand. That's so on brand for you. That's Carl Shaft. Observational learning. Pay attention and learn. Come on. Keep going, Carl.
Attentive. Know how I like my coffee.
You say that all the time, but that's that observational.
Observational, you're right, but it's very particular.
But that's specific. You like your coffee.
Okay. So observational learning, attentive, have some sort of interdependency skills.
Interdependent. That's also on brand for Carl. If you know Carl.
Ability to take direction and structure. If I say duck, don't ask why. Just duck.
That's real. Come on, Carl.
And definitely you got to be a comedian.
You like somebody that's gonna laugh.
I'm goofy as fuck, so you got to be a comedian. Tough skin, tough love.
That's what's up, man. For me, I would say 5 non-sexual things that women do that are super attractive. Damn. Guys, I like someone that understands me. So, like you said, the observational learning, Carl, I guess I would describe it for me is read the room. And when I say read the room, I'm talking about read Dave. Like, learn David. Like, if you're going to be with me, learn me. Like, damn the internet, damn what men say, damn all that. What is my man saying? What is David saying? That's so important to me when a woman says, I'm going to learn my man. That's huge, number one. Number two, accept me for who I am. Don't change me. I'm not saying that I can't improve. I'm not saying that you don't want the best for me. But I'm saying base model of David, love the base model of David. I don't care if he upgrades. I don't care if his performance increases. The base model of David, I'm in love with. So, accept me for who I am.
Accept me for who I am. Don't.
Come on, all that. Love me. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me over. Don't make me over. That's 2. Number 3. Words of affirmation are so huge for me. I kind of intimated like this. I love cartoons. I love superhero movies. I love science fiction. In Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man used to shoot his webbing out of his palm, out of his wrist, almost like it was a bodily fluid, almost like it was based on his hormones. So there was a point in time he was so in love with MJ, he was like he got no fluid. It was empty because he just could not bust because he was too in his emotions. So his webbing was gone. He was all discombobulated. By the end of the movie, when he finally told her, MJ, I'm Spider-Man. I don't want you to get hurt, but I have to be honest. I can't lie to you. And once she accepted him and she loved him for being Spider-Man, in that movie, Spider-Man 2, he swung the highest and the farthest, and his webbing came back, and he was basically like Superman as Spider-Man. Some women don't understand how important words of affirmation are to some men. Words of affirmation are huge to me.
Is that in alignment with compliments?
Yes, compliments, but see, flattery can be empty. I'm talking about when you really mean it. So when I say words of affirmation, it's compliments that you really mean. It's really like, I'm not lying to you. Husband, I think you're amazing. Husband, you're really good at editing. Husband, you're really good on your show. Whatever the statement is. That means a lot to me because it's like, number one, you watching. Number 2, you notice. Number 3, you admire, and you ain't afraid to give it up. That right there will make Spider-Man swing his highest, punch his hardest, and be the best when his woman says, because what specifically in Spider-Man 2, MJ, who he eventually married, once he was afraid to tell her, hey, I'm Spider-Man and I have these abilities. He was afraid. when he finally told her, and he was like, the reason I didn't tell you because I was scared. I didn't want you to judge me. I didn't want you to get hurt by my enemies. Once she accepted and she said, go get him, Tiger, like go be Spider-Man, like go. I want you to be Spider-Man. That's all David need. You tell me to go and go be your best, I'm good. So words of affirmation, the physical touch, like the affection. And I really like a woman that I said acceptance. So accept me for who I am. I really like a woman that gets behind the vision. I like a woman that can follow, right? So I don't feel self-conscious about leading because I know that you're willing to follow. If I know you will follow me off a cliff, then I'm gonna make sure we don't go nowhere near a cliff. I'm gonna keep us safe. I'm gonna keep us secure. But I know you're gonna follow me. I hated in a prior marriage, everything was a disagreement and an argument and a fight for control. I can't stand that because I feel like we're not gonna get anywhere if we both are fighting for control. So follow me, words of affirmation, accept me for who I am, believe in me, and don't have a problem saying it. And we said non-sexual, so I will just say intimate touch that's non-sexual. The hugs, the holding of the hand, and when you walk, touching my arm, rubbing my back, giving me a neck massage, letting me hold your leg in the car in a non-sexual manner, going to church and holding hands during worship. You know what I'm saying? Like all those physical touch things are important to me. So those are the 5 things that a woman can do that's non-sexual that I find super, super attractive.
Can we add an amendment, all 4 of us, because it's very important for everyone, especially when you're talking about marriage. Vulnerability. Allow to receive and give vulnerability. Because I can't see any relationship working without vulnerability.
That's right. All right, and on that note, you guys, look, I know that some people have to rock out. We've gone past our 2 hours. Thank you, everybody that joined. I have 9 people watching on TikTok. TikTok, stay with me, because what I'm about to do is flip over to Love After Dark Radio. We're going to play some music. So TikTok, don't leave. Super Fox, stay in here. Lena, stay in. Blissful, stay in. My baby, stay in here. We got Cleta, stay in. Levon, stay in. For everyone else that's on the Tube, the Gram, and all that, we better roll out. So, Sophie, I thank you so much for joining.
Yes,
thank you so much. Lady Cupid, thank you so much, my brother Carl. I know we all have to go, man. Y'all made it possible for this show on After Dark. I appreciate you guys. So let's get it in, man. I'll see y'all on next Thursday, okay?
Yeah, your show is the only show that does West Coast versus East Coast. You know that, right?
I know. I appreciate y'all for staying up late, man. I'll see y'all next Thursday, okay?
All right.
All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all. Let's rock out. Hey. Yeah, man, it's Love After Dark. Love After Dark starts now. Thank you, everybody that watched on the After Dark podcast. We are now ending the After Dark podcast for Thursday. We're in the stream right now.